Patrol members, welcome back to the Mojave Patrol, to the headquarters here for our annual 4th of July Palooza. And the festivities are just getting started outside. You know, sounds like they're having a real treat out there. The booms and the bangs. But it's still kind of early, so. Okay, whew. A lot has happened since last 4th of July, let me tell you. This is for falling bullets. A lot has happened, but you've heard all about it. You've been here with me for the whole ride. So, it's a special day, the 4th of July, 1776. Next year, the United States is going to be 250 years old, and I'm going to start planning for that. So what do we have tonight? Well, folks, because it's the 4th of July, I don't have grape Kool-Aid. I've got Boylan's grape soda, made with real cane sugar. Look at that. I have a backup camera tonight, just in case. Oh, yeah. Oh, Boylan's. That's like just eating those grapes right off the vine. Boylan's bottling from since 1891, right there. Woo! Let's get that out of the way. And for our cigar tonight, we have La Conquista. It's a Connecticut cigar. Oh man, does that smell beautiful. It's got a really nice, where are we here? It's got a really nice cedar wrapper. That is a nice smell. Oh my gosh. Hang on, folks. I don't have a butt can. I don't have a butt can. No! Okay, folks, I'm back. You can't have a 4th of July soiree without a real GI butt can. Can't have that. And what else do we have? We have our brand spanking new Galaxy's Edge shot glass. Back to Rising Moons and Bright Suns. Rising Moon and Bright Suns right there. Sounds like they're starting to lay it down heavy on the beach. And our whiskey tonight is Still Austin. Still Austin. Straight rye whiskey. It's 99 proof. This lively whiskey, made from 100% Texas-grown rye grains, represents Still Austin's affection for the artist, that mischievous, fearless soul who strives every day to make our city more unique and unpredictable. The rye's dark amber hue foretells the complex nose with hints of honey, apricot, sandalwood, ginger, and caramel gives way to lingering after impressions of cinnamon, molasses, nutmeg, and orange zest. Well, that, folks, is a hell of a claim. We'll see about that. Are you ready? According to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy because of the risk of birth defects. Consumption of alcoholic beverages impairs your ability to drive a car or operate machinery. And may cause health problems. Yes, health problems. So let's see what we got here. It looks like it has a real cork. Doesn't really have a pull tab, but the cellophane wrapper wasn't hard to take off. Let me break that seal. Let's see what we have going on here. Decent pop. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of things going on with this. Let me cork that back up. Okay, the bubbles don't last very long. That means it's got a pretty good alcohol content. And I'm getting the whiskey on the inside of the glass here, so I'm going to uncork it again in a second. But first, we want to get into this cigar. There's a whole lot of explosions going on over there. Oh! I forgot to turn your microphone back on. Probably going to have to throw away the first half of this. As a matter of fact, I think we're going to abandon our second camera. Sorry about that, folks. So, I had two cameras going here. I got two almost identical cameras, and I was going to check and see how they were doing. Again, I was going to compare, just a comparison. The problem I just ran into is that I forgot to turn the external microphone on. And I did an experiment earlier today with that microphone just plugged in and not turned on. So needless to say, nothing there is really going to work really well. So we're all going to depend on this camera. So let's torch this thing. Oh, yeah. Mm. That is a fine cigar. And it better be because it costs like 21 bucks. And I seem a little shaky because this is Mrs. Patrol and I our first day to relax in like 2 weeks. And it takes you a little while to wind down. It does. Now let's try this grape soda. Oh, that goes good with a cigar. Yeah, it really truly does. Yeah, it's getting a little uh-oh. Getting a little loud out there. So let's pour us a glass of a shot of Still Austin, huh? Okay. This is a IR camera here, so we can do this in low light. But it's got a really dark color, very caramel, dark whiskey color. Okay, I can smell the fruity overtones, but if I needed to separate them out, it would be tough. Hmm. To the Army and the Navy and the battles they have won, here's to the flag of freedom, whose colors never run, and may the wings of liberty never lose a feather. There is a little bit of a floral overtone. It could be molasses or caramel. I can taste that kind of a candy taste. Not like it's a candy flavor. I like like you're eating a piece of hard candy, but it has that sweetness to it. Now it said on the bottle this had been aged at least 2 years. It doesn't say how, but it says at least 2 years. Mm. It does complement the cigar very nicely. Very nicely. You know, when I was in the army, I used to train people on the thermonuclear 144 millimeter howitzer shell. And I'll put a picture of it over here somewhere. Theoretically, there's stuff about it I'm not supposed to talk about. On my discharge papers, it told me right on the back of the discharge. So let's say I trained people in its use. And then after I got out of the Army, I joined the California National Guard, where I was a FDC section chief eventually of the B Battery of the 144th Field Artillery. And we never got to talk about that thing again. But, you know, technically, the Army no longer possesses any of them. I would take that with a grain of salt, but it seems like too much of a dead useful item to just get rid of. But believe it or not, nuclear weapons have a shelf life, and they constantly have to be maintained in working order in order for them to work. And here I almost said something that I shouldn't have said, so anyway. But yeah, I kind of miss those days. Kind of do. I had to have a top secret security clearance to be around that thing. Anyway, I only got to see a real one time. When you train people, of course, you don't train them on a real one. It's a dummy one, right? But I only got to see a real one once. Starting to sweat a little bit. I saw a little documentary on Wake Island today. That when the Japanese military attacked Wake Island, only one Marine got out. And he was on the last PBY out of Wake Island, and the reason he got out was because he was the only person who had operational knowledge of the United States Marine Corps and Navy, actually. The United States Navy's new radar. So, of course, he was in charge of destroying it. So, from what I understand, they took all the tubes out of it and smashed them, and then they smashed the equipment with hammers till it was junk, and then they dug a pit behind the radar installation, and they put it in the pit, and then they poured gasoline on it and burned it. So there wasn't much for the Japanese to actually capture. It was the first battle the Japanese ever fought where they had a tactical defeat. It was technically a strategic victory for the Japanese, but they had several tactical defeats all on the way, losing a cruiser, a destroyer, several other ships, 138 aircraft, and a couple of hundred soldiers were killed in the battle, and that was a huge tactical defeat. They attempted to land and take over Wake Island at least twice. You know, third time's a charm. and very no animosity towards friends in Japan or abroad. It is America's 4th of July, where we honor a lot of our military heroes. And, whoa, that was close. Anyway, where we honor a lot of our military heroes, and, you know, we did have a war, you know. I would say within the next 5 to 10 years, there will be nobody left alive who fought in the Second World War in any country. If you were 17 in 1945 and you fought there, you'd be 97 now. Here it is. You'd be 97 now. So I met a guy at when we went to Disneyland the other day. I met a guy who was at least 100. He was a B-29 pilot in the Pacific during World War II, which means he had to be at least 20 or 21 in 1945. So like I say, every Veterans Day and Memorial Day and even on the 4th of July, if you see a World War II veteran or Korean War veteran anywhere, shake their hand. Vietnam veteran, any veteran, but especially those old timers. I'm 71 and I'm calling them old timers. Yeah, because they are. World War II was over 9 years when I was born. My wife's father served in World War II, and his father, her grandfather, served in World War I and World War II in a reserve capacity with the United States Marine Corps. So, let's have a little bit more of this Still Austin. Okay. Doesn't have much of a Kentucky hub. Oh, smooth. It's got a. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. It was a gift from Mrs. Patrol to me. I didn't buy this. So, if you have an opportunity to get a bottle or try a bottle, I would do it. See how that goes with the grape Kool-Aid, or the grape soda. The sweetness of the whiskey, when it's chased by the Boylan's grape soda, is complementary, I think. Whoa. Man, there's some amazing crap going on over here. It was exceptionally quiet around here today. I was kind of worried that people weren't going to light off fireworks, but you know, I'm a liar. How much time have we burned up? Okay, patrol members, it's been about 22 minutes. That's quite a while. I hope you're having a great 4th of July out where you are. I don't know if you're going to see this video on Saturday or Sunday. We got a lot of stuff going on. We're supposed to run out and go to a barbecue on Saturday, which is tomorrow. But Marlene is, Mrs. Patrol's not feeling so hot right now. She went out and had crab cakes for breakfast, and they didn't sit well with her. But I'm sure we're going to be fine by tomorrow. And here's to all those fellow veterans out there, regardless of what country you live in. Thank you for your service. And as always, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. I don't monetize my channel, so the cigars and the whiskey and any camera equipment I get just comes out of my pocket, and I'm not asking you for any money. I'm not doing that. I can take, for now at least, I can do everything I need to do on my own. Wow, it's getting to be kind of crazy out there. But anyway, once again, thanks for watching. I hope all you people in the United States have a great 4th of July. And I hope everybody in the rest of the world who's watching this has had a great day. And until next time, later, maybe.